Hello, everyone. Greetings. Thank you for joining us tonight's channeling. The audio portion of it. Oh, I'll have to try that later on. It doesn't seem to be working anymore on Google. So, all right, we'll get started with messages from the beings around us, and we'll go into, if there is any messages, and we'll go into the Q&A portion. So. All right, love and light, blessings. Thank you all for being here. And, here we go. Greetings to you. I am Michael. Blessings. As Earth goes through its healing processes, there are areas around the Earth where you can feel these energies very clearly. Niagara Falls, of course, you can actually connect to a nearby tree actually to do this, but there are areas also where there is Niagara Falls and major energy sources where there's a lot of water mass, basically. But even with a single tree or even a small plant, you can connect to the energies of those, of their energy, connect to their energies and feel the energy of the world Earth and know how Gaia is doing. Basically receive a download, a personal download. This is another way also to open up your vibrations. If you wish to go into this direction, it's very simple. It's just like saying hello and getting an energy update of the Earth. It's something it will improve on your abilities, also will give you energy during this process. It's another way of connecting to nature. Some are wondering how to connect to nature. That's one way to get yourself into that mode. That's a strange word of using, but I believe you understand. So blessings to you all. That's a short message. Yes, there'll be others. Later. Blessings. Greetings to you. We are the Yayel with the Galactic Federation of Light. Blessings. This is a slight galactic update, as yes, many reptilians are being healed at this time to remove their energies from this earth, the negative forces. Basically, yes, many draconians have created energy traps, basically, to cause difficulties for those that are on your world. Basically, you could walk into these, now you can even be around them. And it's basically you feel like all of a sudden everything's fine, all of a sudden you don't feel very well. And it's difficult because also they get into your mental state where you do not see where your depression is coming from. It's like a negative vortex energy, and it places all across the earth. So just to let you know, when you're not feeling, because usually what happens is they take your mind and you just can't think properly, and that is like a memory web, you could say, to basically take away your memories and also the thought of you're having a good day, now you're somebody else, basically. It's also to drag in a lower aspect of yourself, also to cause you difficulties to think well. So there's another thing you can also if this can work, because sometimes it doesn't always, put intentions that you will not run into a energy field like this. Of course, you cannot always normally see them, of course not. But and also those that are doing healing, you can send your healings to these type of, you can call it a memory trap, basically, because they do forget who you were that day and become somebody else. Some of you have definitely been through this, basically, like you get a headache or you get some kind of lower energy and you just don't feel you're same anymore. And for those that do not experience it, that is excellent, but there are many that do. They're like, I was doing fine, now I'm just having a miserable time at this moment. And this is what's going on. It's another way to keep the hold over humanity's energy. So this is for you to connect with, for bring your healings, and it's something new. I don't believe has been mentioned before. So you can put your awesome intentions that you will not run into these things also. Blessings to you. Yeah. Greetings to you. I am Serina, a six-dimensional Zeta Gray. Blessings to your society. Yes, we connect to you at this moment. Yes, we give you an update for one moment. One moment. Yes, there are many places in your history that your elite wish for you to forget, such as your JFK situation, as there is much plot holes in that, isn't it, as for how that occurred. And that is where the time travelers are. It's an attraction, isn't it, of how it happened and who was there. So they're trying to muffle what happened in that time frame. So, but also truth is being brought out, of course, also. That just names one example of where time travelers do go to mess with history. Yes, they do keep JFK off the earth, but also more details do leak through, and basically they're allowing it to come through, so for more healing. Now, when your earth begins to ascend to a higher vibration, at least those of you an individual point of view will begin to see the past more clearly. Because the past is easier to see than the future. Of course, getting others to believe your past is another story. Some of you are already connected to those energies. But yes, I'm also here to assist you with your questions whenever you are ready. Blessings to you all.
Thank you for joining us this evening, Serina.
Yes, thank you.
Blessings. First, we have Kingsley's questions, and I have them. He would like to know if there are any messages for him.
Yes, there is a lot of Pleiadian energies around him. These are tall blondes that are assisting him in his ascensions. There's also a dragon energy has been connecting recently to open up his chakras quicker. Is a red dragon, I believe. It's actually a short one from what I see. There's also a diamond energy around him that he can connect to. You might see it in his visual in front of him. It's basically showing that there is an alien energy, I believe it's of a Pleiadian source, assisting him. And it follows him around from what I see. Blessings.
Great. Thank you. And he has a second question. He would like to know if there is any advice for his future on becoming a powerful being with magic. He feels as if he's being slowed down a bit because of school and stuff.
Yes, that is true. Well, just to continue, well, it's so he can function in the third dimension. It's a lesson, basically. I believe you just go about it moderately. Do what you can, because they do tire him out also from what I see, so he could focus on his schoolwork. As I see, you would like to go in other directions, but they're putting the education first. Of course, he's educating himself in another way, but just to slow things down, not to, do your schoolwork. Yes, I know it sounds like a mother, but it's also that, once you get through the school cycle, everything will speed up, basically, from what I see. So just have fun with it. Blessings.
Thank you. Up next is Emmy.
Hi.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
My first of his questions from Daria. She couldn't be here tonight. And her first question is, are there any messages for her?
One moment. Well, yes. Well, I believe it's more of a one moment. Yes, there's a lot of unicorn energies around her for healing. But I also did see a monkey riding a bike around her. So I think they're just helping her with her energies. Basically, it's like a spirit guide energy around her that's helping her energies during the low times. So she sees that in her visual. Give her a high, you can say.
That sounds great.
Yes.
And
that's the message.
she would also like to know if you have any funny pockets for her.
Well, yes, that one was kind of yes, one moment. We kind of do this in the backwards way. One moment. Yes, that was more like the funny pocket one, at least in that regard. One moment. The serious one is, one moment, is with the angels. There's very tall angels she does connect to in astral, very like 30 feet tall in the astral plane, that she is getting her orders at this time. So if she's feeling, well, however you want to word it, but and so when she goes into a sleep state, I believe she's been sleeping a little bit more than recently, and so she's getting a meter down a little bit. It's not being very clear at this moment, as it will eventually make sense over time. Blessings.
Thank you.
Yes.
And my first question is, do you have any messages for work for the job I may be going on soon?
One moment. Yes, one moment. Is this a job you already have, or you might have, or?
Yes, I've been approved for.
Yes, that would help. Yes, one moment. Yes, it will take you to new places. Yes. Upper management, of course, is not what it seems, but I believe for the most part, you will go places you've never been to before. So, yes, I believe it'll be positive from what I can see at this time.
Oh, great. And does my spirit team or aliens have any messages for me?
Yes, there's many baby or younger Zetas around you. They do wander around your area. Even younger reptilians also, you can say more like children, are around you. They don't make themselves known, told not to do that, but they do. But it's part of your alien training. Apparently, you're training some of them in astral, so you're their Earth guide, you can say.
That's nice.
Yes. So that's what. Yes, I believe you're protected on your job, so it will go well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I appreciate your help.
Yes. Blessings.
Thank you. Up next is Amron.
Hello, Serina.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings to you too. My question is there a message regarding my current job that I'm working from my guides or anyone else?
Yes, it will go well. Just to watch your wording, what you say, but I believe you know that. But some do take things in the wrong direction. But for the most part, you will be fine. You will also move up in that job too, from what they're saying. So just many are obviously not aware of this world that you're connected to, from what I see at least. So eventually there will be those that you can talk to. But I feel like you can move up in that situation over time, of course.
All right. It's just because it's not really. It's a nice place, the people who are working there, but the energy is behind it. The food is not really good. But I feel like I don't know if my energy helps with that, changing the direction of it.
Yes, I believe it does.
I feel like it does.
Yes, it does. You're there for a reason. Yes, you're there to make it a better place. Of course, they're not to know that on the physical front. Yes, energy-wise. Yes.
Yeah, and I always feel like undercover. Actually, whenever I'm working, like I feel just undercover.
It's like it called you that it needed help, from what I see.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm doing my best. It's kind of hard, but I'm doing my best.
Yes,
and
it will get better.
Yes, and my second question is, I have tried to make my own website, my own store for t-shirt business and other products that I'm having in mind to make. It's all ideas now. I've not put it into manifestation, but I feel like I shouldn't do it. It's like an energy like holding me back. I don't know if it's from myself, from in yourself, that it is not time, but I feel like I should do it. But then I feel like I shouldn't. It's like I can't move forward to do it, to create the website and put it into action.
Well, I see to work. What I am getting from that is I believe it's just part of you. It's something new. So of course you're going to have that back and forth. What I see is to work on the designs first. I believe you already have that, and then work your way up. You can try at least a few. It's just something new, and your energy is like concentrate on your spirituality, not worry about these material. But I believe your spirituality will work with this and help others open themselves up more. So I believe it'll be very, very successful over time.
So that sounds really good. I have done a lot of designs actually, but it's just the website. It's like something is holding me back. I was wondering what that was.
It is I believe it's coming more from an archon energy. Realize also they do play with the mind as for to stop you. So actually, I see this as a positive for you. So
I will just jump right into it then.
They are just trying to block you. That's exactly what you're getting. They're just putting a roadblock. Like, you don't want to do that. Go back to what you're used to be doing. So
all right. So, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes. I see a lot of activations with your work, basically.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of geometry in it.
Yes, that's why they don't want you to do it. So.
All right. I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much,
Yes.
Serina. That was very helpful.
Yes.
And say hello to all the other peoples out there.
Yes, the grays and other fine beings. Yes, at this dimension, it's a kinder energy. When you get to the lower dimensions, it gets kind of a drama. But of course, we have that here too. That's all.
Yes, of course. Goodbye.
Blessings to you always.
Blessings.
Thank you. Up next is Daniel.
Oh, hello.
Yes, greetings.
Yes, greetings. Nice to be speaking with you, Serina.
Yes.
Greetings. My first question is about my eating habits. Lately, I've been feeling a bit of a shift from doing my normal eating schedule where I eat within like a 6 to 8 hour block, and then I don't eat anything for the rest of my day. And sometimes I feel a bit of a shift to like an inclination to eat more, out like to kind of do away with that. And I'm not really sure what I really want to do with that. Is there any kind of input or suggestions about that?
Yes, one moment. I have to connect to that energy. Yes, you're going through what I see as a blockage that's occurring, basically from the beings that are around you. Basically, they're trying to force you into your eating habits. Is what I see. They don't say who they are with good reason. I believe it's more reptilian energy from what I can pick up on. But it also seems like your energy is going to more of a fasting also, if you could connect with that.
Sort of.
That's slightly there. It's basically to like eat less is what I'm getting from that.
Like they're trying to shift me away from the fasting bit or to it. Is that what you're referring
going
to?
into more of your positive side to your positive side is going. It's like you're going more to a fasting energy. Eat less, but still have enough energy. And there are other beings there that are just trying to confuse you, basically.
Yeah, I think I understand. Yeah,
because clear out the confusion, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's grounded and like, even though I feel like the inclination, like the act of getting up and doing it doesn't feel easy, which I think is just important to point out. Yeah.
Yes, that's how they're. Yes, these are a combination of beings. Some are Zetas that are called your MIB people are around. Those that you're aware that cause you difficulties in your past. They've kind of quiet themselves down, but they're still kind of blocking you from what I see.
Yeah, I mean, I refuse to be anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, on to my next question.
Yes.
I feel like there's some really important thing that I've yet to address with my heart chakra. And sometimes it kind of like crops up in a way that it kind of gets in the way of like being productive the way I want to. But I have no way, like, I just don't know what that is or like where to even start, how to learn what that is. Do you have any input about what's going on with my heart chakra and like how to get started on like figuring this whole thing out?
Well, the only thing that, at least I'm getting from your guides is to like visually remove it and to heal it. You can put it back if you want. I think you can. It's like use it like a crystal ball also. Just basically like visualize it coming out of, you don't have to be that accurate on the visualizations. And basically to have it project images to you to see more clearly. It's like you're looking into a crystal ball. You can do that mentally at this moment also. Just basically have it give you images because they're trying to get your attention from what I see.
Yeah, like have it like give me images as to what's going on with it, like why it's there, what it's about, and all that. That's what you mean?
The messages from it, yes. It might be slightly cryptic with the images because you might not know what that means, but over time you will figure it out from what I see. Because what I see from it is a unicorn energy, and a unicorn can have a lot of mystery around it. It's also there to clear blockages also. I believe you're going to more of a healing phase of your incarnation to do more healing on yourself, and you have already been doing this, but the healing for others also. Over time, at least, is what I see from this. Is what it's telling me, at least.
Gotcha. Thank you for your help.
Yes.
Blessings.
Thank you. Up next is me.
Yes.
I don't. My life is a crazy jangle web of self-inflicted whatever, any which way. So I'm just open to receive something that would be helpful and motivating for getting kind of a lot more close to why I'm here, my soul's purpose.
Oh yes, one moment. Yes, your soul's purpose in your area. Yes, you're digging around for that input. One moment. Well, that's part of your soul purpose is to. It does seem like you're trying to you're there to connect with one person, but it doesn't mean they're going to be in the physical. But it's an energy that you're going to be connecting to release it. But they're not really making themselves known. Yes, I think I just added more mystery to all of this. One moment. It's kind of a complicated situation from what I see. One moment. Yes, I'm going to see what I can get. One moment. Well, only thing I'm picking up from that is you're to lift energies from those around you. Basically, not necessarily on the physical front, but through energy-wise, basically. There's also a lot of Arcturian energy around you that you can focus on to lift your spirits up, basically. Ask them to show you what they're here to show you. They might show you like a pyramid energy. At least what I'm seeing is a pyramid that changes colors, basically, to help you in your Kundalini awakening. But as for what, yes, they're keeping it, they don't want to say it publicly from what I see. But connected to the Arcturian should be able to help you in a meditation, or just you could do it now if you want, or later, and see what they bring to you. It might take a couple of days because it might not be very clear at first. That's what I'm seeing at this moment.
Okay, I have
Yes,
no
it's a
idea
mystery.
what you just said.
Yes, it's a mystery there.
So,
Yes, go ahead, please.
I am really trying to play with and feel more competent of discerning frequencies. Like, instead of just understanding like that's tingling energy, like distinguishing between them. And I'm wondering if there is a practice that is helpful that I could do to learn how to distinguish frequencies or how to pull up frequencies.
Well, for yourself is basically to work on your own frequency, and that would connect to basically how you're going to interpret different frequencies is to know your own frequency. Basically, what is your energy telling you about that frequency? Basically, it's like you're like a tuning fork in some ways. Basically, is that it's kind of like standing still and just reading it, and a lot of those frequencies just for healing purposes, and they're not always there to be read for messages. A lot of times. Yes.
I'm just talking about like, how do you read? How do you read a frequency? How does a mind that doesn't comprehend it try to begin to comprehend it?
Well, it's what you feel from it, basically. What do you feel from that frequency, basically? So that's basically how you read it.
Okay.
That's what you just basically, if it's not giving out a message, it's just, once it gets there for healing purposes. So
okay.
That's the way to go about it. Yes.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Up next is Dragon.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yes, greetings.
This isn't a question, but I was off in La La Land when you first came through. Can you identify yourself, please?
Yes, I'm a 6-dimensional gray, basically.
Oh, cool. I like grays.
Yes, I'm, without all the drama, basically, we are watching the Earth, protecting it, along with many higher dimensional beings at this time.
All right, so my first question, basically, I've had a lot of challenges, and it seems like taking the last month or so, I've been sort of taking back control of my manifestation abilities, raising my vibration, kind of chilling out a bit, and having a lot more success. But I also feel like it's been sort of rubbing off on people around me as well. Maybe 2 steps forward and 1 step back for them, but I've had a lot of success in, the traps that were mentioned is sort of identifying them and not getting stuck in those traps.
Yes.
I was wondering if you had any messages about that.
Well, what's going on? What is happening is I see that you're leaving your body and coming back constantly. So when you come back, you bring in new information, new energies, new directions. And so you're going in and out. And it also has to do with the work you're doing with the Earth, with the other species that are involved with this Earth, basically allowing more first contact to occur, at least for alien and human physical contact, is what I see. So you interturning like this, yes, you're not going to make it clear exactly who you are. Basically, what species you're truly connected to. Even that, it feels like it's kind of a mystery in some ways. But you're turning the pages constantly. What I see.
That makes sense, because I've had lost time here and there.
Yes.
And I sort of sometimes, when I'm not intending for it, are seeing interdimensional energies, and that's probably when I'm taking off and coming back.
Yes, you are connected to Anunnaki energies also, in a positive way. From what I see, you're going to Anunnaki timelines, that's for sure.
That's interesting. My second question is, do you have any messages for me in general?
Yes, one moment. Well, you're here to bring stabilization to the Earth. As yes, less wars, more peace, less BS, basically. Your species that you are connected to won't have any of that anymore. It's like kind of putting their foot down from what I see. So they are here. They're not identifying themselves. I'll let you connect to that. But they're just kind of had enough of Earth's the beings that are causing difficulties here, basically. As even the different alien groups that just want to cause trouble, basically, your group is just kind of just putting a stop to it. It's like, you can have your fun somewhere else. This is not fair. So I'll let you connect to that. There's more to that, but I'll let you that's the message.
That kind of makes sense. I've sensed there's negative energies that are kind of frustrated with their inability to affect me lately.
You're releasing a lot of them from the Earth also. You're kind of identifying too, from what I see. So they don't mess with you anymore. So one time you asked them to come to you, and then you just is like you'll clear their negativity, basically. So make them be seen.
You much love.
Yes, blessings.
Thank you. Up next is Liz.
Hello.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings. Couple things. I would like to know what about the beings that are around me. Someone was tampering with my computer today. My dogs wanted to go eat, and it was too early, so I was kind of ignoring them. And the mouse just went crazy twice on the screen.
Yes.
I don't know if the dogs did that or it's a being that helping them.
Well, it feels like it's a Zeta presence that's around you at this time. They are roaming around, and basically they don't want you to do any more research is basically what they're doing that for. So, but other than they're just trying to scare you. Of course, that's not going to work very good. So, other than that, that's all I see there. I don't believe they're there for a long time. They're just there to get your attention, basically. In a lot of ways, actually, I do not believe all of them are bad either. It's just another way of communication, actually, from what I see. From what I'm gathering from it's a mixed group, let's put it that way.
Yeah, my dogs were a little bit agitated more than normal.
Well, the dogs are going, that is reptilian energies that are around. They were roaming around. So you just had basically a visitation. They're not going into full detail of why they were there. Basically, they're just seeing what you're up to. Basically, it's like a crowd of them showed up at the same time. So, and some being, not like the Zetas went to your computer and just started messing with it like a kid would, basically. So
Just
It was
the mouse I couldn't control the mouse.
yes, it was kind of like that. It's basically you can say like some thugs showed up and just started to see what you're up to, basically. But now they're gone. So they weren't there to cause any real difficulties from what I see. Just checking out the scene, basically. They say this is where all the action is, something like that.
It must be because for a couple of months I was doing pretty good as far as energy level.
Yes.
And the last couple of days, let's say 3-4 days, I'm being very tired and started sleeping a lot again. So am I up in another mission or
Yes.
those?
Well, I think that's another reason why those beings showed up, because it's a peace mission, but there is a lot of chaos around it. So there's, yes, what happened in Jerusalem recently. Also, you're involved with that. Not to cause war, of course, but you knew, especially don't have all the information, obviously. But there is a lot going on. Basically, the Earth is going through a lot of turn of events. Even when physical beings start to show themselves on the Earth, basically, most likely you'll be sleeping a lot before that also, from what I see. So I believe this might go on for another week from what I see. I believe it'll get better next week, but they're not giving me full details of that. Yes, it has to do with the governments of the Earth. Basically, as an alien being, you do appear as basically basically a lot of the Earth governments have been lying a lot recently. So you're just been, it's like, I thought we're on the same side. I thought we were making some progress, and then you guys do this, and that type of situation.
No, we don't know what their offer are in the other sides.
Yes. I just see the Earth government's not going, but not sticking to their word. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So.
Not being accountable.
Yes, and that was expected actually, but they just went through. They didn't have to go through with it. So yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, blessings.
Thank you. Up next is Mary.
Hello, Serina.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. I've got a question. My husband and I are at a crossroads regarding our housing, and we're not quite sure which option is best for us. And this is finances aside, sell our home, refinance, or buy another home and keep this one as a rental. What
is the
do
best
you
option?
get? Yeah, energetically speaking.
Well, I believe financially it would be good to rent out your home and have another one, as that is a lucrative spot from what I see. But yes, it will not go quickly, of course. I believe that would be the best bet in the long run, from what I'm seeing.
Yes.
But of course, it's a long term. There's a lot of
right.
Well,
right.
It might take even several years for it to fully make some sense, because there's going to be some rough spots in the beginning, of course. So if you're okay with that,
yes,
I believe it will be lucrative over time, though, because many are looking for housing. So that is the one I'm seeing.
Thank you.
At this time, yes.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yes.
Also, are there any messages for me?
Well, yes, it goes back into your first question slightly. It's basically, if you are competitive with your prices as for renting, you will definitely get the right tenants. You don't want to make it too cheap, you'll get somebody you don't want. So it's kind of going into your first question. And your second, yes, you are making a transition into your life. So many more opportunities will open up during this change you're going through. So yes, it's not going to be an easy process, of course, but you will see the benefits over time, basically. So at first, you're like, what we're doing, what are we thinking, what we'll be thinking, and then you just hold on. Things will turn around from what I see. So
yes,
just anytime you make a
Thank
major
you so
change,
much.
yes, anytime you make a major change, that's normal. So yes, blessings.
Yes. Blessings to you. Thank you very much.
Blessings.
Up next is Stephen.
Hello, greetings.
Greetings to you.
How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you.
Sweet, sweet. I would love to know more about my Zeta Gray connections. I did have a dreams about watching these Zeta hybrids and taking care of them. And also, Parshan visited me. He was a Gray. And also, my dad, Del Eve, talked about whenever he met me at that time, I was an aspect of a Gray as well. And he just help me see things differently. I just wonder if you can dive deep into more of my connections as a Gray. Thank you.
Well, yes, a lot of your first incarnations into this galaxy was of the Zeta. And also in other universes, you connect to the Zeta also. Of course, they call it different names at that time. All of them are very insectoid-like, and they still are. But basically, they assist the Earth's ascension process. And all other worlds, too, that they connect to. They're kind of like behind the scenes, kind of like the little elves that are making making all the presents and all of that for Santa and things like that. So basically, your connection, you've also been a tall Zeta, as you're aware. You've been Zetas in Andromeda, which Andromeda's had a lot of difficulties connecting to Zetas in the beginning, basically because you also bought a lot of artificial intelligence, which they were like, I don't need any of this. Your versions were very strange. But I believe after a while you did make a good position with that, but it did take some time, basically, because you did help them with their technologies. And also, as a Zeta, also, you would take like replicas of yourself as a robot, and when reptilians are causing you difficulties, you would basically give them a robot version of you to keep them away from your family, and so you could all make a run for it, basically. That's at least, and you've also made replicas of your family too, just in case. It's not always having, that's like the extreme, but you have done that in the past. So there's much more, of course, but that is the Cliff Notes version of that. So,
awesome. Yes. Thank you. Second question is can you connect with my Garthan family and aspects, and just because I've been getting a lot of energies with that, and see if they got any updates, energies for now. Thank you.
Yes, you're connected to the giants of Agartha. And yes, many of them would like to come out and play with the humans, and eventually they will. So the giants of Agartha are definitely an energy that you can connect to, basically, for finding inner peace. And you are a giant also, from what I see, in human form, but still very much a giant. So you're actually here to give humans more knowledge of the giants, basically. And they can appear here as a ghost energy, and eventually they will. There's just people look up and all of a sudden they see this giant in another dimension, like they see dinosaurs and all that. So basically, more of that knowledge will eventually come out. So basically, the giants just want to be a part of society, basically. Some of them are like 15 and 20 feet tall. Some of them are much bigger than that. So yes, your energies are basically allowing more knowledge to come into this dimension over time. That is the message at this moment.
Thank you. Much love.
Yes, blessings to you.
Thank you. Up next is Martin, and I have his questions. First, he had what he calls another one of those powerful surges of energy today. And he would like to know if there is a message attached to these powerful surges of energy, and he would also like to know if they are dangerous.
No, I do not see it. Well, because they can take you out of this reality, they can, but I don't believe they will. Basically, you're getting a major download. It's not going to make it so. You're also, yes, you're very connected to the Earth's energy. So it's basically assisting the Earth going into a new timeline, basically. So, yes, you're kind of like a beacon in some regard. You're here to just turn the Earth into another. I know it sounds very strange, but the Earth's going into a different direction. You are feeling it, basically. And you are assisting it also. And there are others around here doing the same thing. They just call it, oh, I'm just sick. But there's much more to it than that. Blessings.
Thank you. His second question is, He would like a message from Morgan. I think this is for his friend.
From Morgan.
Can I get a message from Morgan's higher self?
Yes, I believe there's some turning point energies there. One moment. Did you just to take life in stride, do what you feel is right, follow your heart. You're going into a new direction, but to just take a risk every once in a while. Also, you're not trusting your abilities as much. He's going through a Kundalini awakening, also basically a spiritual awakening. So he's not always trusting his senses to basically message from higher selves to trust those senses. As basically he's going to find a more peaceful version of himself. He's not always finding that, as there's just inner demons going through, but eventually you'll find peace. Blessings.
Thank you. Actually, I'm reading everybody's, the rest of the questions. So up next is Bobby's questions.
Yes.
First, he would like to know if Spirit has anything he would like for him to know.
Yes, it's very connected to the elves that are in Argartha at this time. You can probably feel that elf energy. There are elves roaming around your earth at this time in another dimension. And that energy most likely you'll be able to connect to bring him a little bit more peace of mind, even messages. I'm also seeing an elf by name of, I received the name Mitchell that you can connect to. Yes, we're using regular human names, but for him to connect, I believe it will be beneficial for him in the long run. Blessings.
Thank you. All right. His second question, Bobby's second question is, are there any messages from beings around me lately?
Yes, there's a lot of Andromedan energies around him because he's going through a stressful time from what we say with the AC, but is also guiding him into a more spiritual direction, basically to trust his instincts and realize also is opening himself up more to basically more open to spirit, basically the higher realm. So he's actually going up in vibration. He's just not always realizing it. Well, actually, he probably is in some cases. But yes, he's going in the right direction, though. Blessings.
Great. Thank you. Miguel's up next. First, he says, last week I saw the name Kristen multiple times. Do you have any messages about this name?
Yes, it is a guide that is around him at this time. A protecting guide. I do see this guide with like a sword, as basically there is changes on the way in a positive, but also is connecting to the earth in a different way than have been in the past. It's basically now they're showing that he might cut his hair differently, but that's probably not going to happen. But it's like he's going to be just feeling different, like is not the same anymore, as he's going through another energy pattern. Basically, he's shifting with the earth, bringing more angelic energies once again. But every once in a while this happens, but basically the earth's going through a purge of angelic energies throughout the summer. So he might feel just a little bit off balance, is because he's allowing other angels connecting to him for bringing assistance. So it's kind of like a, they're not giving me a word for that, but either way, I think you'll understand. Blessings.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
He would like to know, for a second question, if there are any messages from the angels.
One moment. Yes, he is. He has actually gone to the higher realms more than ever before, because he's asking for more assistance for the earth. And so with this, he's getting more powers. Not to say it'll be fully into this dimension possible, but he is getting more upgrades that eventually will show themselves. And so where this is all going is basically to clear out. Now his location makes sense because he's sending out energies into the earth. And so yes, they're kind of general with these messages because they want to not make everything public. But basically, he's going into the politics of the earth also and just drowning out that negativity also. So for more peace around the earth. So he's brought his, you can say his angel gang. He's increased them in numbers basically. I see 1,000 around him at this time. I believe it'll be 5,000 by the end of the year. Blessings.
Sweet. Thanks, Miguel. Thank you, Serina. All
Yes.
right. Our last question is from Lucy, and she would like to know what would her guides like for her to know for her highest good?
Yeah, she is turning into more of an angelic energy also. But hers is like taking a sword and putting it into the ground. And so she could probably feel that it's basically to turn the earth into a new direction. So she most likely would feel this and let her feel that energy. Basically, you can say her energy is going underground because it's assisting the Earth's vibrations. As for Earth changes, she might even feel like earthquakes and tremors, and she's there to heal them. Possibly, if she can connect to that, I imagine she can. So she spends a lot of time in Agartha for healing. She's not always with her body. She's usually in Agartha from what I see. So, blessings.
Thank you. Her second question is, what do the angels around me say at this time?
One moment. They say everything will improve. Well, in moderation, everything will begin to feel as if you're somewhere else. You probably already feels that. But as for luck, her luck will change for the better. It will take some time for that to fully show itself. But she has been pleading with the universe to give her more assistance. And they have been, just have not been fully. Just keep asking assistance from the universe. They will deliver. It's just they have to work with the earth. So,
All right.
yes.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
That wraps up.
Yes.
And is there a message you'd like to leave for Ivan?
Yes, one moment. There is, yes, a lot of reptilian energies around him at this time, as the Earth is going through a shift. So more and more are visiting him to see what, because they're kind of sent to him to get their orders. Actually, he is not aware of that though. But well, now he might be slightly. But as for there is a change in Earth's direction, basically. So that's kind of a message for everyone else too, in some ways. So,
thank you very
yes.
much for being here.
It's for the positive in the long run. Yes, we'll leave you with that. So,
okay.
So yes, blessings to you all.
Blessings to you.
Yes, more galactic alliances are being assisting you, as there will be more sightings in the skies. Much love to you all.
Much love to you. Thank you.
All right. Greetings.
Greetings. Welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you. Might have a blessing. Oh.
Anyone? Okay.
Right.
I'll do one.
Oh, thank you.
Kayato shananayata mate ayasayata kone ayasayata soto to unanaya moke e shu to unanaya ana ayeto o ka ayenaya ose ananaya ka botaka a e ananaya ti e inna. Namaste.
All right. Thank you. All right. Blessings, everyone. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you next week. Okay. Take care.